Flosstube videos are not easy to make. I think I've restarted this 10 times, and I don't know what my problem is. Like, I really don't know. I don't know. It's just like the things that come out of my mouth are dumb. Welcome back. Thanks for hanging out with me, because apparently I have problems. My name is Stephanie Webb, and I am the designer behind the cross-stitch pattern name Lindy Stitches. I design quirky, colorful cross-stitch patterns. I love to cross-stitch, which is why I get on YouTube and I talk about cross-stitch. I talk about the things that I'm working on that are making me happy. I talk about the things that have been hanging in the closet and I finally got them on the wall. I talk about, today we're going to talk about body parts. So thanks for joining me, and I'm going to calm down on the self-criticism and just do this video. So let's proceed. I don't have any new pattern releases for Lindy Stitches to share with you this time because I am working like a busy little squirrel getting ready for Needlework Expo. Again, I know, it just happened in March. It's happening again at the end of August, and I have twice the amount of stuff that I had in March, and so I am, like, my printer, it should be sweating. Thankfully, printers don't sweat. Lots of awesome stuff. So I actually have all my designs done through the end of the year, but they're in various stages of completion, and it's a lot. It's still a lot. It's always a lot. I hope you're having a great summer. I am. It's halfway over. I don't know how that happened, but that countdown is counting down. Let's get started. So let's talk about body parts first. I have a new release, but it's not mine. It's from Beth Twist of Heartstring Samplery, my dear friend and partner in late night shady exploits at various needlework events. I love her dearly, and she has a series called the Anatomical Alphabet, which is hard to say. The Anatomical Alphabet are little anatomical patterns hosted by various shops around the internet. So far there are only 3. I'm the 3rd. I feel honored. But the proceeds are completely to charity. And so the shop gets to pick what charity they would like to support. So let me show you my gifted body part. It is, K is for kidney stone. And so you can find this at my shop, lindystitches.com, and you can celebrate kidney stones. No one does this, but if you cross-stitch one, it's like you're making fun of it. This is what Beth says. This is what she recommends as good stitching medicine for our bodily ailments. So this is K is for kidney stone, and the charity that I have decided to support is called Willow Bridge. And I want to tell you a little bit about this charity because even if you don't want a kidney, maybe you would like to go to support it. And I'm excited because this supports a cause that I feel really strongly about. Willow Bridge is a independent living facility. It's a transition home for teens who have aged out of the foster care system. I'm reading some notes because I want to get this all right. 1 in 5 foster youth in the United States becomes instantly homeless by the age 18. And I could get emotional just thinking about that. So what Willow Bridge does is it offers free housing and life support, and it helps these teens to gain life skills so that they can become independent in a healthy way. 50% of foster youth are unemployed at the age of 24. Like, this is a really vulnerable section of our society. We only provide foster care up to a certain age, and that's it. And I don't know about you, but when I was 18, number one, I didn't have a traumatic upbringing, slated against me. Number two, I was not ready to live an independent life and go get a job and support myself. So what I really love about this organization is that there is a pair of house parents who act kind of like counselors and just like making sure everybody's doing okay. It also has, and this is where I need to not start crying, it also has a mommy and baby suite where a young mother can live, and there is childcare facilities within the ministry, and I just wish there was one of these in every town, but I'm glad to know of at least one, and I support them. I will link their website down below. If you go to their website, it is a few years out of date, and so I did call them. I personally support them just out of our family's income. Well, my family supports them. We support them together. But I've noticed, like, when I visit the website, I'm like, this needs updated. It looks like they're just building the facility. The facility was built years ago. And so I did call to make sure, like, you guys are still doing this, right? And how's the organization going? And it's going really well, and I am so happy. I'm so happy to support the ministry of helping unsupported foster youth. So, K is for kidney stone. Thanks for letting me ramble on. Okay, so let me show you some actual stitching now. I had a finish since I last saw you, and I think it's perfectly adorable. This is Sheep May Safely Graze by Homespun Elegance. I chose my own colors. They were random, unmarked silks from Thread Gatherer that I had gotten in like a oopsie bag or something. And I also made some mistakes, and so I kind of had to adjust as I went along. This whole like house situation is supposed to be bigger, and there's supposed to be more details in there. I didn't have space because of my errors, but I think it looks amazing. The eyelets on this sheep are done in Whisper Floss, which sounds like an exercise in frustration and torture, but it actually was the most fun I've had in a long time. Well, that sounds quite pathetic, doesn't it? I'll say the most stitching fun I've had in a long time. It was really fun. It was really fun. I would love to contact the designer from Homespun Elegance and ask if I could copy that in a pattern. I don't know. It was so fun. Really adorable pattern. So that one is getting hung in the closet until the right frame comes along. I also was able to get a few things out of the closet that have been staring me down, and I am uber delighted with these finishes. 2 Christmas and 1 fall finish complete. This is from Not Forgotten Farm. It is called Cross-Eyed Cat, and I stitched it on 40 count Picture This Plus Oaken, gifted to me by Diana. It is Kismet Stitches, and I found this frame at the thrift store, and it was kind of a beat up black, and because I used this weird teal and brown floss in the piece, I decided to kind of dab and smear paint until it looked the way I wanted it to look. So this will look great in my Halloween displays, and I think it's perfect. I should have a sticky note next to my camera of words I can say instead of super cute, because I realize I say the words super cute about 50 times every time I do a video. I need a thesaurus. Well, I don't think they put super cute in the thesaurus. I bought my new favorite tool of all time, and truth be told, it's probably going to be my favorite tool of all time for the rest of my life. I bought a point driver. If you don't know what that is, a point driver is a power tool that will drive these little flexible or rigid metal points into your frame. And it is so fun to use. It's so incredibly satisfying. I was able to finish Fa La La Llamas. I have this in my shop. This is one of the cheap Mill Hill frames. Mill Hill sells these frames that go with their buttons and beads kits. And I think they're like $5. They're ridiculously cheap, but they do not come with these points. And so this was just sitting in the drawer for the longest time. I also had a couple other projects that just needed points. And I was making a large pile to bring to my framer to just give to her and say, can you please finish the backs of these frames? And that would have been fine. But I was literally driving there. It was like, why don't I just buy a point driver? Like, she's going to charge me how much money? Not a lot, but multiplied over, like, this isn't the first time I'm going to do this in my life. Bring her a pile of stuff and say, can you finish this for me? So I just bought the point driver. I think it was $38. I don't know. It wasn't ridiculous, but I bought it on Amazon, and I finished like 4 projects that just needed points, which is just dumb. This is cute, but honestly, I might paint this red because I don't know that this is gonna match my Christmas decor. It's kind of an obnoxious blue. Agreed. The last thing is my Christmas at Hawk Run Hollow. I've been hemming and hawing over this piece for a long time. I originally started wanting to do 1 square every Christmas and just making it a long Christmas project. However, I started to hate the fabric that I started on, and so I was hemming and hawing over whether my feelings were legitimate enough to scratch the project. And eventually I decided that they were. And I framed up my first 2 blocks. So this is Christmas at Hawk Run Hollow by Carriage House Samplings, and it's just the beginning of the project. This line doesn't look exactly straight. Just the first 2 blocks. I think they're adorable. What was bothering me was the orangeness of the fabric, and my camera is diluting it a little bit. This is Cappuccino by Weeks Dye Works, and it's very orange. And I was literally holding this big orange piece of fabric on the wall with my Christmas decor up while it was Christmas and thinking, this is just not gonna jive. And so this will jive. I think this is adorable. This frame is by Frame and Wire on Etsy. I get a lot of my frames from them. They do an amazing job whenever you send them weird sizes like this one. They do great. And this is cute. And those are the things I have fully finished. Next up, I will show you the progress the progress that I got on some of my projects. I was working on a couple models. Why can't I speak? Why? Why? Next up, I would like to show you the projects that I made some progress on. I worked on 2 Lindy Stitches models. One I finished, and it's going to be my 2022 Stitch Along, which will release at the end of this year. And this is how I feel about it. Okay, so let's actually show you some stitching I did. Long Dog Samplers, the Templar Prophecy, is what I took on vacation. I actually usually take a ridiculous amount of cross-stitch projects. I did that again, only I worked on one. This is the Templar Prophecy, and I don't know, a bug bit me, and I worked on it all week. The amount of hours I put into this thing is ridiculous. The amount of progress I got, I feel, is not representative. Is not you know, maybe today wasn't the day. Is not accurately reflected in how much I have to show you. This project I don't feel should take me 3 years to do, but yet it lingers like a bad cold sore. It's not that I'm not enjoying it. I have it in my mind like I should be done with this, and I'm never done with it. This is on 36 count Picture This Plus. I'm using Silks for You PR124. And I really feel like I got nothing done. I mean, this was like a goodly amount of time, and really I got this section done. I got the swan done, and I got this weird griffin dude done. Which is why I don't understand when Long Dog Samplers releases a new pattern and like somebody will invariably finish it within like 6 weeks. And you're like, oh, okay, I guess you don't sleep. Okay, you know, fine. So you are a robot. I don't know what else to think. The other thing that I worked on was Elizabeth Isles. I started this in May for Stitchsania, and I love it. However, as is the case with me and overthinking, I almost gave up on this one. I stitched and restitched this angel a few times, just his head. I don't know why. I think I always have this issue. A lot of the times I have this issue where starting a new project, I overthink like everything. And I convince myself that it's not going to look good. When if I would just have patience and get more colors into the fabric, I would be delightedly happy. And so I'm glad I pushed through and didn't give up. It's also huge, which is another thing that I was surprised by and a little bit like, oh my goodness, like, am I actually gonna hang this up? I think I will. Now that I have more done, I'm jibing. We're jibing with the angels. Yep. Look at it. Isn't it awesome? Now, in the original, all the angels are white. White as an Irishman in winter. Ask me how I know. In fact, some of them, like this one, I did according to the pattern. Some of them have like very, very, very pale bodies, and then they have stark white, yellow faces, which is very weird. But you know what? Angels are scary. Read about them in the Bible. When people actually see them, they are scared. They're freaked out. And so, you know, I'm gonna leave a few of those. I'm not sure that they have green wings, but Elizabeth Isles thought they did. I am also diversifying the skin tones of my angels and giving them a little bit more color than the original. They're just so pasty and dull, and I wanted to vamp it up. So I reached the bottom border here on the right. So yes, this is going to be gigantic, and yes, it is going to be 52 angels. But I am really digging the colors. I picked out overdyes and stuff from my collection. I think the original is NPI. No, it's a Veriswa silk with a DMC conversion, and I was gonna do the Veriswa, so. I'm having fun. If you have Elizabeth Isles in your collection, I think she is a very amusing stitch. This border is fun. It's not too time consuming. You'll definitely make faster progress than a long dog sampler, but beware that she's huge. And you're gonna have to do something about those pasty angels. Next, I am going to show you the things that I added to my collection. I had the extreme pleasure of winning something from the Duck Derby raffle held by Emily C. to raise money for her organization. I was very excited. I chose a gift card because I am a gift card hoarder and I finally spent it. Because between you and me, I was going over to Pumpkin Creek Primitives a ridiculous number of times and looking at everything and then looking at new things and then checking back to see if there's new things. And I finally just said to myself, you're wasting extreme amounts of time spending this gift card. Knock it off. And so I placed my order. The owner of the shop is Bobby Nally, and she, let me tell you, has great customer service. I mean, she sends you tea and stickers and buttons, and it was like beautifully packaged, really lovely. I think Bobby is setting up her own website off of Etsy, so maybe by the time this video is up you could go shopping with her, but this is what I chose. Some Gentle Arts sampler flosses because you cannot get a hold of these sometimes and I never want to run out. I do have a designer ring from Gentle Arts. However, I don't use my designer rings for my personal projects. I try to support local shops. Obviously, I bought this with a gift card out of the generosity of Bobby's heart. But I try to support local shops with my personal projects, and also I'm just like tempted to hoard Gentle Arts sampler floss because I really like it. And then I picked out 3 patterns, 2 from Cottage Garden. I love this. It's really cute. And I love this. This one is called Love Is in the Air. This one is called Strawberry Harvest. Really adorable and really nice use of overdyed cottons. I have feeders up seriously, really for the first time, and we don't have a lot of trees in our subdivision, so most of the birds that come to my feeders are house finches. And I was kind of a little disappointed in the lack of variety. However, I really miss them because Indiana has some sort of bird virus going around killing the birds. They told us to put our feeders away. And now I'm like, I miss all my finch friends. I think I would like to stitch this. I don't know where they are. I miss feeding them. And then, because I just can't get enough, I got Long Dog Sampler's Dilemma. And, you know, what's wrong with me? Because I like overthinking things. And this is called Dilemma because there are 9 squares and you have to pick what you want to go where. So part of me enjoys overthinking and part of me wishes I would not drive myself crazy. But this pattern is really cute. Once it's all worked up, it's really adorable. And I think it would be a fun exercise in picking out a really funky color palette. That'll be fun. But it's got a moose, it's got a square with 2 pigs, and it's just really cute. So I don't know. I'm tempted to make that my birthday start in August, but I don't think I should have more than 1 Long Dog Samplers going at the same time. Feels kind of irresponsible. Irresponsible. Stupid, it's just cross stitch. I had to go buy from Amanda May at Arth Design because I thought she did a great job on this pattern. This is called Love Boats, and I thought it was really adorable. So I went and bought it. And because she's sweet, she also gave me this one, which is called Maryland Blue Crab. But this one, I mean, came with all these flosses from Color and Cotton. That's what I'm talking about. Really pretty. Really pretty. I totally forgot the giveaway for this video, and so here it is. Surprise at the end for those of you who stuck around. I appreciate you. I am going to give away a $20 gift certificate to my friend Misty's website. Her website is luminousfiberarts.com, and she has her own patterns there as well as some other designers' patterns. She dyes her own fabric. She has floss packs, all the goodies. I want to support my friends, and so $20 to her website. I want you to answer the question below of what's your favorite summer song? It has to be upbeat, it has to be happy, it has to be danceable. What's your favorite song to listen to in the summer? Leave that in your comment down below. Maybe if you use the word song. No, you don't have to. You don't have to. I'll just have the random generator do it. You have to be a subscriber, and that's it. Subscriber, what's your favorite summer song? I would love to hear it. So that's all I had for you today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you would hit the subscribe button, that would be great. The like button, also highly recommended. And if you're not signed up for my newsletter, you totally should. I send you out a birthday gift and lots of updates, sometimes a freebie. So click the link and enter your information. I would love to be able to communicate with you via email as well. Happy summer, and I hope to see you again soon. Talk to you later. Bye.